die Verbrennung der Amerikaner.
What is up, my beautiful mates of YouTube? My name is Aussie Marcel, and in today's video I'm going to be unboxing and sharing my first impressions of CK's Eternity for Men Eau De Parfum. But before then, my fragrance of the day, and that is Prada Luna Rossa Sport. A delicious smelling fragrance. Man, I reckon I got about 5 compliments on this today. That's how good this scent is. Aromatic with a punchy, bright, almost effervescent vanilla note. Performance is really solid. It's sort of like a summery vanilla scent, which I would highly recommend because the world needs more beautiful vanilla fragrances. Look, blokes, mates of YouTube, I can promise you wearing vanilla fragrances is going to get you compliments. I mean, there's just something about the note of vanilla that women in particular just gravitate towards. Look, it's not going to be every single woman on earth, but I would put money on it being the majority of women, at least here in Australia. Women absolutely love the note of vanilla. Women love wearing vanilla and they love smelling vanilla. So definitely get your hands on a nice fresh vanilla fragrance. If you can't find Prada Luna Rossa Sport, try Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Male. That is another potent vanilla fragrance, super good for compliments. And if you want an even cheaper alternative, then try Whiskey Original. It's the one with the yellow bottle. That's basically, essentially a clone of Le Male, and it's gonna get you the same sort of compliments. Vanilla fragrances, guys, check them out. They're an absolute essential, especially when it comes to summer. But actually, now that I think about it, vanilla scents, you should be wearing them year round. They're that good. So that is my fragrance of the day. Now, I've been looking for this for so long at a good price. Typically, it's always like over $80, and there's no way I'm gonna be spending $80 on 100 ml of a CK fragrance. It's just, even if this were like an amazing scent, it's just hard justifying that for a Calvin Klein scent. We're going to be comparing Eternity Eau De Parfum to the classic EDT Eternity, and we're also going to be comparing it to Eternity Intense, which is another EDT, but we will not be comparing it to Eternity Parfum just because this shares almost nothing in common with the original DNA. So as much as I adore this fragrance, it is not up for comparison today, but let me just... It's incredible. Why has no other fragrance YouTuber been covering this, man? It's so good. For the money, for less than $50 Australian, you're getting a scent that just... I mean, it's up there with the best fragrances, the best designer fragrances of 2022. If this isn't in your collection, please do yourself a favor. Get that boozy, rummy fragrance in your life. Alrighty then. Eternity Eau De Parfum. Presentation is just like a darker version of the EDT. I'll put some B-roll over all of this anyway, like I usually do. And here it is without the cellophane. 3 tester strips here. Let's go with Eternity first. Very aromatic, very green, very herbal. Soft as well. It's almost got like a soft, spicy quality to it. Very 90s, very fresh. Sort of reminds me a little bit of going out bush, going into like a rainforest or something like that. What a lovely, truly lovely scent this is. Performance isn't amazing, it's only about a 6-hour scent. But man, very unique for a Calvin Klein fragrance. That has to be said. Solid, super solid. Now, Eternity Intense. I remember this being slightly earthier. I believe this has an iris note. It's quite irisy. Earthier. More masculine. Eternity could almost be a unisex scent, whereas this, quite masculine, quite earthy, quite natural smelling. So it smells green, but in a totally different way. This is lovely. This is absolutely lovely. It doesn't have that fresh rainforest quality, that fresh bush quality of the classic Eternity EDT. This more reminds me of like plant matter in like the damp ground. It's got that sort of vibe. Very, very unique. Another unique fragrance. And I'm genuinely looking forward to trying Eternity Eau De Parfum. And here it is. It's definitely a darker shade of green. So I suspect this is going to be closer to the Eternity EDT rather than the intense. All right. Solid atomizer, very solid atomizer. Just need a moment to formulate my feelings on this. Wow. I'm just going to compare it to the original. And now to Eternity Intense. Okay. It has more in common with Eternity the EDT. It shares a lot of those same green facets. But this is significantly earthier. It is a very earthy scent, and not in the same way that the Intense Eternity is. It almost reminds me of like very wet plant matter. I haven't covered this fragrance yet on the channel, but I will. It's in my bag of fragrances to cover, but it's Wet Garden. This actually shares some similarities with that Wet Garden fragrance. It's quite natural smelling. Everything here has a very natural smell to it rather than a synthetic scent. So if you want something that's more in line with something that you would smell in nature, this is the lineup to check out, the designer lineup to check out. Everything here, from the EDP to Intense to the classic EDT, they all have a natural quality to them which people are going to love. Well, the right kind of people, I should say, because not everyone is going to love these scents. I wouldn't recommend really any of these for massive compliments. However, I think the safer bet of them would be the Intense, just because of that iris note. It does have a powdery quality to it as well. This EDP though is the most challenging of the bunch. It's very natural, and as it's drying down on the tester strip, it's developing a subtle, it's not quite a vetiver spice, but it's like a natural spice quality to it, like a green spicy note. It's very, very interesting. There's some woods in this one as well. This is a very challenging scent, although it does have a slight darker, mysterious characteristic to it. I'm pretty blown away by how challenging this is. I wasn't expecting that at all. I was expecting something much closer to the EDT. I reckon I'm gonna have to come back and do another video on this sometime, like a more thorough, in-depth review after I've worn this fragrance a little bit. Let me just spray it on my skin and see if it's any different. Atomizer is quite impressive. What an interesting scent. Truly, what an interesting scent. This is one of the most interesting fragrances that I own. If you've ever worn Calvin Klein's Eternity EDP before, let me know in the comments below. I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say, because this is a very challenging scent to me. It's not going to be a people pleaser, but there's something in this that I reckon is similar to other mass appealing fragrances. I'm getting a little bit of Dolce & Gabbana Intenso vibes. Yeah, I'm getting some Intenso vibes here. I'm gonna put this on a tester strip as well. And just for everyone interested, here's the bottle. This is another herbal sort of fragrance that's quite interesting, mature. It's got sort of like a light licorice note to it. Yeah, I knew it had something similar. These two are similar, although Dolce & Gabbana Intenso is a smoother fragrance. Eternity EDP has like a harshness to it, like it has a green, almost earthy, mossy harshness to it. What an interesting fragrance. I can't wait to wear it and actually live in it a little bit and develop my own thoughts and feelings on it. Yeah, if you've ever worn any of these before, let me know in the comments below. I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say. And until the next video, my name is Aussie Marcel, and I'll catch you guys around.